I am proud to call Sheboygan my hometown because I grew up here. Then in 1997, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. 3 years ago, my husband and I decided to relocate and raise our young family here. My husband, who isn't from here, had very little knowledge of Sheboygan, except for that it has great schools, a beautiful lakefront, and that Kohler has amazing golf courses. Being away for so long, I was thrilled for my children, knowing that they were going to have a great childhood just like mine. The devotion and the pride that the residents of Sheboygan have is incomparable, reaffirming that we've made the great decision to return. After doing my own research and a lot of reflection, I have decided to take a stand for the annexation today. I believe in my city, and I believe in the ability for its growth. It's no secret that Sheboygan was terribly affected by the recession. When I returned, I saw that major corporations had closed down, downsized, moved away, which resulted in thousands losing their jobs. Some even lost their homes. I saw that many homes are run down, including neighborhoods and buildings. This annexation is not just about a golf course, and it's not just about Kohler Company, or even about land. This is about a city accepting the invitation to advance and to repair itself. So out of curiosity, I took 2 evenings and I circulated a petition around my neighborhood, asking my neighbors and just talking to them about the annexation and on how they feel. I went down Michigan Avenue towards 5th and up towards 8th Street, St. Clair Avenue, and Huron Avenue. I received about 30 signatures, and about 2 out of 3 of those were in favor of the annexation. Most people in support describe the annexation as an easy decision for our city. Many local business owners stated that Kohler golf courses actually help their businesses, that the quality of the Kohler amenities is exactly the character our community should strive for. A few raised environmental issues as well, in which I respect. A big reason why my family and I moved here is because of the beauty of our state park, and is because of our lakeshore. But I also have confidence in the DNR and Army Corps of Engineers that they will do their job to protect our land. That this plan could help eliminate invasive species and create a better environment for wildlife habitat than is at its present state. This community was over 50,000 in population when I left in 1997, and it's much less than that today. When a city continues to lose residents, it loses merit, property and homes lose their value, and local businesses fail, causing quality of life to weaken. Members of the City Council and Sheboygan residents, I urge you to vote for our economic well-being, to see the big picture and how this will attract tourism, national and international reputation, in addition to providing tax revenues to support improvements within our city and local growth for many years to come. I understand how important it is to keep working towards job creation. This proposed annexation will encourage young professionals like myself to want to visit our city and see that it is a great place to live and work. This might not be a silver bullet, but it may just be the bold investment that our city needs to move forward. Most of my neighbors in District 4 and I certainly feel this way. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. I wanted to start out by thanking each older person for your service to our community. As a resident of the city, thank you. Tonight I'm speaking on behalf of the Sheboygan County Economic Development Corporation in support of the proposed development. The SCDC is a nonprofit with a board representation from over 40 business and community leaders from around the county. The SCDC has taken supportive stances on several investments in the county in the past few years. We will not break faith today with our core belief that investment in Sheboygan County's infrastructure and economy is crucial to our community's well-being. Without new, continued, and diverse job and economic opportunities for both residents and businesses alike, communities are certain to erode. I would like to thank everyone involved and urge the older persons of this community to support the proposed development. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. And John, can you give me your home address, please?
Seriously?
Seriously, I don't remember it. Okay, and you will have 5 minutes, sir.
It's kind of a familiar spot. Good evening to all, and thank you for the opportunity to share my thoughts with you on the proposed annexation. When I left the council last year, I shared some thoughts that are relevant as you decide on the proposed annexation. I suggested in my final words, as this body's president, that the city has momentum. Great things are happening, and this body should stay focused on continued growth and economic development. That said, the city now has an incredible and likely one-time opportunity to expand its borders for future growth. It is argued that if the annexation happens, it is essentially a rubber stamp for the proposed golf course. I would disagree. There are many approvals that must happen before this project would be approved, to include the DNR, Army Corps, and of course the city of Sheboygan itself. This is far from a rubber stamp. But if the proposed course is approved, the economic impact would be tremendous. One might say that all these forecasts and projections that have no bearing in reality are inflated just to get this approved. Fortunately, we have the experience of 3 PGA championships, an LPGA Women's Open, and most recently the US Open at Erin Hills to demonstrate its impact is tangible and real. I'm not advocating for the golf course without its due process. However, to nix this opportunity for annexation because of the proposed golf course seems short-sighted. Some have questioned the process of forcing in those who may not want to annex. I understand that some may not be happy with being annexed into the city. I ask, what about those that do? Those town residents who would like to get the benefits of city water instead of wells, police, fire, EMS, and the other services that the city provides. Additionally, this annexation allows us to connect already city-owned property in the town for future development purposes. Some may not decide to support this annexation because of their thoughts about Mr. Kohler or the Kohler Company. Again, I ask you to put your personal differences aside and discern and focus on what's in the best interest of the city of Sheboygan. This annexation helps to ensure the city has ample opportunity for future residential and commercial growth. As I indicated, opportunities to annex 500 acres don't come by very often. In fact, the last annexation of this size in Sheboygan occurred in 1959, almost 70 years ago. In my opinion, it would be a shame to see yet another tremendous opportunity foolishly and unnecessarily pass us by because of our feelings about a person or a company. It's bigger than that. I urge you to focus on the big picture and what makes our city stronger. As an alderperson, I sat where you sit during some very difficult decisions. In fact, Todd's sitting in my chair right now. From the budget discussions to the Field of Dreams debate, I understand the dynamics of making these decisions and the emotions that these debates can conjure. However, when looking at the big picture and what's in the best interest of the city and those that you represent, the benefits to the city of this annexation are clear. Increased tax revenue, increased opportunity for future economic development, and if the proposed golf course is approved, over 200 new jobs and more than $20 million of economic impact. Additionally, the boost for Sheboygan's reputation as a tourism destination can only help attract more people to visit our city along with their wallets, and enhance our image as a great place to live and work. Thank you for your time, and I encourage you to vote for the annexation. Thank you.
Thank you, John. You will have 5 minutes, sir.
Hi, my name is James Matthew Schusler, and I'm a proud resident of the city of Sheboygan and a board member of the Sheboygan JCs. In fact, I represent the 7th generation of my family in America. My family moved to the town of Wilson from Germany 170 years ago, before Wisconsin was even a state. I consider myself to be an environmentally oriented person. In fact, for over 2 years, I've been in full employment for Gander Mountain, helping people connect with the outdoors. In Sheboygan County, we have incredible public spaces from the Kettles to Deland Park. No one should have the right, however, to try to turn someone's personal land into a park, especially when the landowner has the means and the right to develop their property. For example, Whistling Straits is amazing, isn't it? And it is open to the public. Last month, I lost my job at Gander Mountain, but I'm doing all right. I'm returning to college full-time, completing my degree. And if the opportunity exists for a marketing-oriented guy like me, I will secure employment locally through local jobs. I've heard a lot about the proposed golf course. It amazes me that some people are disparaging someone that creates so many jobs in Sheboygan County. We should be thanking the Kohler Company. I also know that the DNR and the Army Corps of Engineers will not allow the plan to go forward without their approval. We have a chance to vote for job creation. We have a chance to vote for Sheboygan. Thank you.
I want to thank the Council for taking a little extra time to research and process these complex issues that are before us. I speak to you this evening as an 11-year resident of this city, a homeowner, a small business owner, and a mother of 3 daughters. I am grateful for this opportunity to speak with you tonight. I also feel a very great responsibility to speak on behalf of many others who wish to speak tonight but cannot. I find myself in a position very similar to yours. I have spent a great amount of time researching this proposal and its related issues. Council members and the mayor have shared with me a sincere love and concern for our city. Our common goal of growing Sheboygan and its economy unite us. We should also agree upon ethics, especially regarding the influence of large corporations on our governing bodies. Our local government is the base of our democracy. And in this annexation process, we see a reflection of larger trends that are happening in our nation. A complex interplay between 2 visions, one decided by the will of the people through our elected officials, and the other decided by the influence of wealth. Here in Sheboygan County, an individual with excessive wealth and influence has fast-tracked a process that would have been insurmountable for, say, a small business owner like myself. The Kohler Company employs 6,000 people in Sheboygan County, and he generously donates to education, health, and the arts, thus creating a great sphere of influence. In fact, 4 of our council members are employed directly or indirectly by the Kohler Company. Many Kohler employees, along with a multitude of local officials and nonprofit leaders, do not feel comfortable speaking openly about this proposal for fear of potential consequences. This is a source of ethical concern. How much influence does this company have? And how much influence should one corporation have? Many strongly disagree with aspects and ethics of this project, namely the incomplete environmental assessments and permit applications, Kohler's buying of houses and placing supportive tenants in them, the usage of a shadow company to purchase a home from an unsuspecting seller, the circumventing of local municipalities' jurisdiction over developments that impact their constituents, and the recent revision of our local state parks master plan, allowing for the destruction of our natural resources and our publicly owned state park land. All of this for a single corporation's private profit under the guise of strengthening Sheboygan's economy. Despite an outpouring of concerns from thousands of residents of the city, county, and state regarding the questionable processes, this proposal is surprisingly still on the table. To distract us from the serious ethical violations, Kohler has resorted to a financial seduction campaign. This campaign encourages city officials to market the contrived annexation route to their constituents as not only being in the city's and the public's best interest, but also as if it is so generous that we should accept it without question. The attractive economic growth lure so eloquently pitched by the Kohler firm is nothing more than a well-constructed facade. We are hearing different numbers of jobs, of tax revenue, of financial responsibilities. Proponents of this project interestingly claim that adding a 5th golf course to this area will entice tourists heading north on I-43 to stop in Sheboygan. But truthfully, most commuters travel north to enjoy the vast natural spaces and go camping, not golfing. Kohler Andre State Park already attracts over 400,000 visitors every year. Are we really willing to sacrifice the known economic benefits from one of the most visited parks in our state for unknown and unsubstantiated claims? There are better, safer, more sustainable ways to strengthen and grow our city that would uphold Sheboygan's practice of ethical governing. I hope that we will work with the Kohler Company to further this tradition. To those who vote yes, I want to thank you for reminding us to be vigilant in local politics. We will stay engaged to ensure that ethics and accountability in our hometown are reflected in our local representatives. To those council members who vote no to this annexation, on behalf of the citizens of this community and all its future generations, including my daughters, I thank you. Your strong leadership for sustainable development and ethical governing principles sends a message of a Sheboygan that we can all be proud of. I hope that the council members consider all the personal contacts, emails, and phone calls that they have received as a healthy sign of a vibrant and strong local democracy. This is how our nation was designed to function. We should take pride in the fact that our residents are paying attention and they care. We are all watching to see what kind of example. Excuse me, Rose? Yes. I'm almost done. May I have permission to finish?
Make it quick.
Thank you. We are all watching to see what kind of example Sheboygan City government will set. Who is in power here? The people and our elected officials, or one wealthy corporation? I urge you to maintain ethical local governing and protect your taxpayers by voting no to this proposal tonight. Thank you.